A leap of faith truly saved the day. Hey everybody, Templar74 here with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video is going to be my thoughts and impressions regarding the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh VRAINS, episode 37. And I gotta say, this episode had me on the hype coaster from the beginning to the end. I had so many thoughts racing through my mind with this episode. It was really a very well done episode in my opinion. But before I go rambling on about that too much longer, let's talk about the episode. So the episode starts off where we ended last episode. We're watching the continuation of Playmaker versus Spectre. And during this whole duel, we actually see this bridge collapsing, but it's finally collapsing once again to the point where Spectre's just like, I'm not going to bother patching it this time. I'm finally going to end you, Playmaker. But Playmaker just laughs at this and tells Spectre that since he didn't end him in a duel, Revolver will be disappointed. This infuriates Spectre because he knows he's right, so Spectre vows to finish Playmaker in a duel before having his son Avalon fix the bridge again. And after all, Spectre does not fail to point out to Playmaker that Zyzan is trapped thanks to Son Avalon, so there is no way he can win before Ignis tells him he plays dirty and that Spectre is a cheater, which Spectre just takes as a compliment. He's like, well, I take that as a compliment. But after a few moments, we see the duel continue with Playmaker setting a card and ending his turn, but he doesn't attack, fearing what will happen to Zyzan. So we then go back to Kusanagi, who attempts to use his new program LVSS to free Zyzan before Spectre makes his move, using Sunbind Thrasher to go after X-Code Talker, but Yusaku saves himself, or Playmaker rather, saves himself by activating a trap known as Overload Anchor, and this trap card's effect halves the battle damage and ends the battle, as well as save X-Code Talker from destruction. Ignis tries to encourage Playmaker this whole time to use Overload Anchor's effect by banishing, which could half Spectre's Link Monster's attack strength so that he can end the duel quickly, but Playmaker refuses, driven by his sense of justice and with Zyzan trapped, and instead uses the spell Link Processing Failure to prevent attacks from taking any damage from Link 3 monsters or lower. So basically what this magic card does is if Spectre has a Link 3, Link 2, Link 1 monster, they can't do any damage to him, they can't attack. And right now all Spectre has is Link 3 or below, so now Spectre can't attack. Or can he? So Spectre, undeterred, continues by Link summoning Link 4, Sun Avalon, Dryanity, and uses its effect to destroy all of Playmaker's face-down cards and special summon Sun Sea Gineas, which Spectre uses to link summon Sunbind Thrasher and boost its attack strength to 4,000, and then activates Sun Avalon Doom to remove X-Code Talker's effect before using Sun Avalon Dryanity to attack X-Code Talker with Thrasher's 4,000 attack points. When all seems lost, Playmaker activates Link Surge Counter, which has the effect of when Spectre attacks with the higher Link monster, Playmaker can banish 2 spells or traps to raise X-Code Talker's attack to 4,000 till the end of the turn, which saves Playmaker once again, but he's now at just 50 life points. But also, this destroys Link 4 Sun Avalon Dryanity and Spectre's field. And with Dryanity gone, Playmaker reveals that while he couldn't destroy it with his own effects, he had Spectre destroy it himself, which angers Spectre to no end. I mean, he is just furious at these two. So he activates Sun Avalon Cursed Reborn, which brings back Dryanity by negating its effects, and he also raises its attack strength to 4,000 again to boot, which also guarantees mutual destruction by making Playmaker take any damage equal to Spectre's. So basically, Playmaker at this point is at a loss, because if he attacks, he's going to take damage. If he doesn't attack, he's going to take damage, and they're both going to lose the duel. So it's mutually assured destruction at this point. So Spectre is now confident that there is nothing Playmaker can do. And so with that being said, we also go back to Kusanagi, who has finished his escape program and uses it to try to free Zyzan, but it fails, leaving Zyzan trapped as is. But Zyzan finally breaks through to Playmaker, telling him to have conviction. If he doesn't win, all these sacrifices were for nothing. And then after he convinces Playmaker of this, Zyzan does the unthinkable. He goes on and grabs the the Sun Avalon vines, which infects him with that computer virus and destroys him. So Zaizen made the ultimate sacrifice. And during this time, we actually see him say, "I'm coming for you, Aoi." He's taking himself to where Aoi is. And with Zaizen gone, Spectre mocks him for believing Playmaker can win, to which Playmaker responds by assuring Spectre he'll win because his deck, the way it's designed to always win. So Playmaker continues on by performing a Link Summon to Link Summon Talkback Lancer and uses its effect to revive Xcode Talker and plays Link Atrocity to tribute Talkback Lancer's attack points to Xcode Talker. So now Xcode Talker is at 4,000 attack once more before having it attack Draenity, and he uses Link Atrocity's effect to lower Sun Avalon Draenity's attack to 0, because basically what this does is it lowers its attack strength by 400 for every Link monster that's in the graveyard. Spectre panics at this because he just realizes, hey, there's 14 Link monsters in the graveyard, so that's over 4,000 points that his monster is going to go down. So now his monster's at 0, and Playmaker has Xcode Talker attack it, which ultimately results in Playmaker's ultimate victory in the duel. So Playmaker's won the duel, but he's not out of the woods yet, because as the duel concludes, we see the bridge catching fire again, and Playmaker starts running towards the other side of it. And we also see Spectre there that's on the ground, and he's apologizing to Revolver for being so incompetent. And as he gets on the ground and starts walking where Playmaker had just run, he sees the Sun Avalon tree burning up, and he's walking ever so slowly towards it, just crying, remembering what that tree had done for him. And Spectre ultimately meets his end by his prized tree crashing in on him on fire. So Spectre's gone, the bridge is still collapsing. The episode concludes with the bridge collapsing under Playmaker as he starts falling into the abyss. And that was the episode. So like I said, this episode was a roller coaster the entire way through it. I really enjoyed this episode. I can't believe that Playmaker won that duel, to be honest with you guys. I was kind of in the camp that Playmaker was going to lose that duel, but ultimately he did not. I was not expecting Zaizen to sacrifice himself, and I definitely was not expecting that part at the end where Playmaker falls into the abyss with Ignis. And right now, my mind is running at 1,000 miles an hour. I just want to see what happens next episode. So all that being said, like I said before, this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh VRAINS was really great. I'm giving this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Really, really a great episode with a lot of twists and turns in it. And ultimately, we'll see where this leap of faith leads. But as always, before I ramble on too much longer, in the comments section down below, let me know what you guys thought of this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about all this in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everybody, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody.